Okay guys, so now after what we did, we will make the grid system responsive. Here we have the page which we have built before for the column 1, 2, 3 and until we reach the 12. The first thing we will do right here, we can go here, add a new media, or just make here column small of 1 and we will give them border. We don't need border, we can just give it background color of let's say that sky blue, and here again this to be something like aqua, or this one here col small 3 until we reach the 12. Background color, let's choose the blue, col small 4 to be having the background color blue violet, col small 5 to be having the background color of coral, okay, col md 6 to be having the background color of tomato, sorry, this to be small, col small 7 to be having the background color of violet, col small 7, this to be 8, background color of yellow green, col small 9 to be having the background color of red is okay, col small of 10 to be having the background color, let's say that royal blue, col md 11 to be having background color of subtle brown and color of white because it will not be great with the black, this to be small, and the last one for the 12, background color of sandy brown. Okay, that's good. After this part, we can create a new media of minimum, thank you, minimum width. We will start from the 5, 6, 7 pixels as we said before, and max width, we can treat the max width from the 5, 6, 7 pixels until we reach the 7, 6, 7.98 pixels. And now we can open the bracket. Okay, that's good. After this part, we can set column small of 1 to be having the width of this one here, column 1, we can copy, paste it here. And for the column small 2 to be having the width of this width right here, and then for the column small 3. If it looks confusing, you will know how we can make it, and you will also know why we are doing this. This is for the small screen, so let's say an example. For the small screen, I want to be having col 3, but for the medium screen, I want to be having column 5. We will know how to make this part. We can go to the column 3, copy this part, paste it here, and then we have for the column small 4. We can open the bracket and set, or we can just copy the code from here, copy, and paste. This one to be for column small 5, and for the width of this part, we can just copy this and go here. I think we get, no, we got the column 6 here. col small of 6 to be having the width of 50% of the page. After this part, we can try for the 7. We can copy this width, go back here, colon small of 7, open the bracket and paste this width. And now we can try for the colon small 8. Open the bracket and paste this width. And then here we have for the 75% colon small 9 to be having the width of 75%. We can go here and make a colon small of 10 to be having the width of this one here. And then here we have colon small 11 to be having the width of this one. The last one will be 100%. Colon small 12 to be having the width of the 100%. Okay, so let's test what we did and create something. We can go here and try to make, but first we can make this to be also for col 1. We can copy this one here, so we can just paste 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so let's start with the column 1 and 4. We can go here and type col 4 or just column, it's okay, we can make it 4. And for this part, we can give im, or we can just make it in the form of h1, col 4, and then we can copy this one and make it again, but this one to be for the column 6. We can go and reload the page. So now we got this column 4 and column 6. But for the small screen, let's make the screen smaller. This is the smallest one. For the small screen, which is column small, I want this to be having the col small of 6 and this to be having col small of 6. Go back, reload. So now, when we reach the small screen, we got this, as you can see from here. We got this for the small screen, but when we go back to the smallest screen, we got the yes, we got this width. Let's start from the beginning. We can make this to be column 1 and this to be 11. So here we got 1 and let's say that, okay, 11. Then for the smaller one, this to be 11 and this to be 1. Here we can type col small of 11, col small of 1. Let's save and go back. So now we got this for this screen, but when we go to this screen, we will be having the different. Okay, that's good. After this part, we can make for the column 2 and 10. We can just give some margin, or we can create a new class for the margin. Margin, or just we can make it margin top 4. We can just use the 4 right now. Margin top 4 rem and margin bottom of 4, margin bottom of 4 REM. We can go back here and use this part, margin bottom of 4, the same as here, margin bottom of 4. So now we have some margin. After this part, we can make for dev with class of column 2. We can open the bracket, copy this one here, paste this to be 2, but for the small screen this will be 10. We can copy this part, make here column small of 10, and we can choose this one here and go to this one and make it called small of 2, this to be 10 and not 2. We can save, go back here. So now we got this, but when we reach the small screen, this will be having the 2. I think we got something wrong here. Yes, this will be having 10 and this will be having 2. Let's try for the column 3 and 9. We can actually copy this part, add some white space here, but this to be margin bottom of 4, margin bottom of 4. Paste, and we can add it also here, margin bottom of 4 and margin bottom of 4. We can go here and make this to be 3 and this to be 9, which the sum will be 12. This one to be for 9 and this one to be for 3. Save, go back. So now we got this for the screen, but when we make the screen smaller, we got this width. This is not responsive now because we need to set a new class. I'm going to show you what class we can add here. Okay, so now we got this 3. Let's make this to be 3, this to be 9, 9, 3. So now we got the column 3 for the smallest screen, but when we go to the small, we got this to be 9 and this to be 3. We can copy these classes, paste, this one to be 4 and this one to be 8, this one to be 8 and here to be 4. 4, yes, something here, 9, 8, this to be here, column 8, and for the small it will be 4. We can save and go back to our web page, start from the smallest one. Here we got the column 4, but when we reach the column, when we reach the small screen, here we are having this with column small 4 and this the column small 8. We can make the screen smaller again, and after this part we can just copy this one, scroll down, down, down and paste again. This to be for the 5. We are just testing that everything is working fine. And here we can just make 7 because 7 plus 5 is 12. This one to be 7 and here 5. And then after this part we can just make this to be 5, 7, 7, 5. Save and go back to our page. Let's make this to be here. So now we got 5, and when we reach the small screen, now we are having this with 7 and this to be 5. Okay, that's good. And after this part, we can copy this one here, paste. And here we can type column 6 and column 6. It will be making no sense because it will be always 50%. Let's just type it to make sure that everything is okay. Go back. So this is always column 6 as you can see here. Okay, that's good. After this part, what we can do is to make for the 7 and 4, and I think we did it, so we don't need to make it again. 4 and 8, 7 and 5, we don't need to make it again. So now we tested all of the media query for the small screen. I think this is enough for this video. In the next video, or we can make it a challenge, I want you to try to edit from the medium, large, X large, and XX large using the same media query we used for the responsive design video, which is the previous video. So good luck and have fun.